Hey y'all, what's up? This is Rosie, and it is September 23rd, 2025. And apparently today was Rapture Day 2025. We've had quite a few of those, and I'm still here. So either I missed the rapture or it just didn't happen. I have to see what the Christians on TikTok say, if there are any left, if they are still here. Or maybe they got left behind too. I don't know. But yeah, I just can't help but wonder this. Why do people bypass what Jesus said when he himself said that he does not know when he's coming back? Only God knows. And I think it's in Revelation too. But like they bypass all of that, or they'll go by what a psychic told them or something about the world ending, and they feed it to us and think that everybody's going to go for it. And some people are so gullible that they will sell off their belongings, or they'll write these letters, or some of them are making videos on TikTok for the people that were left behind, quote unquote. And it's like, what? Well, what are you going to say when it doesn't happen? Because like I said, Jesus himself said he doesn't know when he's coming back. But a lot of you feel like you do. Somebody even said it is mathematically impossible that he is going to be here after September 23rd, 2025. And all I have to say to that is sometimes the maths just don't math. You'll find out that the math ain't math, and so you'll have to go back to your drawing board, sweetie, and recalibrate what you think. Because a lot of people felt the same way about the Mayan calendar and thought that the world was going to end on December 21st, 2012. And then at 12 a.m., I actually stopped for a moment. I stopped watching what I was watching. My mom was in the kitchen cooking the very beginnings of Christmas dinner, like she was making the desserts. And I looked up for a second, didn't hear a sound, didn't hear no trumpets, didn't see a bright light outside, nothing that looked like or sounded like a comet. And then I continued watching World's Dumbest because that's what I was watching at the time on True TV. But people always do this every few years. They will come up with an end of the world day or a rapture day, a judgment day. Like, they do this every few years. I think there was one in 2016. There was one in 2020. There was one in the year 2000, Y2K. There is always a rapture day, and every Christian always falls for it. And people will go to selling off their stuff, and then they'll make videos talking about it. And then when the day comes and goes with no rapture and no Jesus coming to us on a cloud, they're left looking foolish. And the whole world laughs at them because they recorded videos about it. And honestly, in the Bible, I do recall there being something you're not supposed to tell your left hand what your right hand is doing, or something like that. And I don't really fully know what that means, but the way I interpret it is you're not supposed to tell everybody everything. Some things you're supposed to just keep to yourself. Like, if you're doing something that is ultimately blessing your life and the lives of others, you're not supposed to brag about it and flex. If you are doing something that is supposed to be a secret, you're not supposed to tell anybody about it. You're not supposed to brag about your accomplishments. You're not supposed to laugh at the downfall of others, which I find a lot of people are doing these days. But what I want to use this message for is stop recording everything. Everything does not have to be content. You don't have to tell us everything. We don't want to know. I don't care. If you are preparing for the rapture, then just keep preparing for it. And should Jesus come, you go. Just go. And then let the rest of us deal with the emotional and mental implications when it does happen. And I'm not saying that I'm gonna be left behind or that I want to be left behind or anything like that. I'm just saying that when you do things like that and you leave it on the internet for posterity, for all of us to look back on, and some people are going to laugh at it, what you're doing is essentially, unfortunately, making an idiot of yourselves. You're making yourselves look foolish. And I don't like that. I don't like that you're making yourself fodder for the rest of the world to laugh at and make fun of. Because that's what they're going to do. That is what they're doing. And they don't care that it hurts your feelings. So, it is now 10:30 p.m. on September 23rd. I haven't heard a trumpet yet. And I'm thankful to still be here. I really am. And I do believe in Jesus. I am a questioning Christian. I'm questioning because there are some things that I'm questioning. And I'll probably explain that one day. I don't know. But what I'm saying is just leave it off of the internet, okay? There are just some things that the world is not supposed to know. And if you're preparing for it, prepare. But do it in silence. And let your message to the rest of the world be, Jesus loves you, and so do I. And just be caught up in the air to be with Jesus. And that's all I gotta say. And I'm not preaching. I'm not. I promise you I'm not preaching, and I'm the last person to preach the gospel. No, what I'm doing is I'm just telling the people that it didn't happen today. If it did, then I'll come back and, say sorry. But I haven't heard news yet of anybody being caught up in the air and taken up to be with Jesus. And I'm pretty sure that if it did happen, we would have heard something, we would have seen something, that there would have been some kind of signs and wonders for all of us to go on and say, dang, I wish I believed more. That's all I'm saying. Don't make yourself somebody else's entertainment unless that is what you're going for. Because a lot of what I've been seeing on TikTok and everything, it's not skits. These are people who are crashing out, who are scared, and who are not ready yet. Because, they don't know what it's going to be like. They don't know what it's going to be like. They don't know what it's going to look like. They don't know what's going to happen. They don't know about the unknown. And they're afraid of it, as we all are. A lot of us are afraid of the unknown. But just stop, okay? If you're preparing to be with Jesus, prepare for it. But you don't have to tell the rest of it. That's all I'm saying. But with that, you guys, I'm going to go. You'll find my Cash App, PayPal, and GoFundMe in the description below if you would consider hitting that and checking those out and helping me out some. You'll be helping me out more than you could ever possibly realize. You just don't realize how much. And I appreciate you and I thank you in advance because you'll be helping me and my family out a lot. If you would like to be a part of the channel, hit the subscribe button. No matter what generation you're from, I'll be so glad to have you. And I love you guys so much for wasting time with me. Hope to see y'all on the next one. Bye for now.